David Carradine was born on December 8, 1936 in Hollywood, California. His birth name was John Arthur Carradine Jr. He changed his name because he didn't want to be known as John Jr. He was an actor, a director, a musician, an author, and a producer. He was raised in a family full of actors. He had a rough childhood with both of his parents, starting multiple families. He tried to end his own life at age 5. He appeared in over 100 movies and numerous plays and TV shows in his 45-year career. He started out in theater before moving to television. He spent 2 years in the Army before being honorably discharged. He attended college at San Francisco State College, where he studied music theory and composition. This is where he discovered his love for acting. A man of many talents, he was a martial artist, photographer, sculptor, painter, singer, and a songwriter. He is perhaps most known for his role in the TV show called Kung Fu, which debuted in 1972. The famous Bruce Lee claimed the show was his idea and he was supposed to star in it. David's character was supposed to be half Chinese and half American, even though in real life he was Caucasian with mostly Irish blood. I loved him in the Kill Bill movies. He said the chapel scene in Volume 2 was probably his favorite scene in his whole career. Unfortunately, he was arrested many times over the years for various reasons, including marijuana possession, 2 DUIs, assault, and damaging property. He was married 5 times and had 7 children. 4 were adopted by him. He died in 2009 from autoerotic asphyxiation. He was 72 years old. Marilyn Monroe was born on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. Her birth name was Norma Jean Mortensen. She is a legend and a pop culture icon. She is known for being a model, singer, and actress. She was a blonde bombshell who set the standard for beauty in Hollywood. Her mother had paranoid schizophrenia and ended up in a mental hospital. Because of this, Marilyn was in and out of 12 foster homes. She got married for the first time at age 16. She was working in an aircraft factory when she started modeling, which led to her appearing in movies. She changed her name in 1946. She was on the cover of the first issue of Playboy in 1953. Her career snowballed and she became larger than life. She had 2 more marriages with baseball star Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller. She had 3 miscarriages. She supposedly had affairs with John and Robert Kennedy. She began abusing drugs. She suffered from anxiety and depression. She died in 1962 from a drug overdose. It was ruled a probable suicide. Many believe she was killed. She was 36 years old. She will be remembered forever. Verne Troyer was born on January 1, 1969 in Sturgis, Michigan. He was an actor and a stuntman. His most famous role was in the Austin Powers movie franchise starting in 1999. He played Dr. Evil's protege named Mini-Me. His family was Amish, but they left the Christian group when he was still young. Everyone in his family is normal-sized. He was born with a rare genetic form of dwarfism. He was only 2 feet 8 inches tall. He suffered from depression and alcoholism. His first appearance in a movie was in the 1994 John Hughes film called Baby's Day Out. Verne was a stunt double for the baby. He had small roles, no pun intended, in the movies Men in Black, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jingle All the Way, and My Giant. He was also in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Mighty Joe Young, and The Love Guru. Some of the TV shows he appeared in were The Surreal Life, Boston Public, The Girls Next Door, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Trailer Park Boys. He was involved in a sex tape scandal. He had a really cool YouTube channel. He was married to a full-sized model for a short time. Again, no pun intended. And he had no children. He died in 2018. A coroner in LA County ruled his death to be suicide from the effects of alcohol intoxication. He was 49 years old. Elizabeth Hartman was born on December 23, 1943 in Youngstown, Ohio. Her birth name was Mary Elizabeth Hartman. She was an actress. Her first movie role was in the 1965 film called A Patch of Blue with Sidney Poitier. She played a character named Selena who was blind. She was nominated for an Academy Award and won a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year. She was only 22 years old. She was nominated for another Golden Globe for her performance in the Francis Ford Coppola movie called You're a Big Boy Now. She said in a 1971 interview, "I can't wait until I'm 45 and get all those great parts." Sadly, she wouldn't make it to age 45. She started out acting in plays in high school. She attended Carnegie Mellon University, but she left early to pursue her acting career. She moved to New York City and started auditioning for plays. Some of her other films included The Group, The Beguiled, Walking Tall, Full Moon High, and The Secret of Nim. She was also in a few TV shows including Love American Style, Night Gallery, and Doctor's Hospital. The last few years of her life she worked at a museum in Pittsburgh. She stopped acting except for a play called Mornings at 7. She suffered from depression most of her life. She was married once and had no children. She died in 1987 after jumping from her 5th-story apartment. Earlier in the day, she called her psychiatrist and said she felt despondent, which means unhappy with no hope or enthusiasm. She was 43 years old. Justin Pierce was born on March 21, 1975 in London, England. He was a professional skateboarder and an actor. He was a member of Zoo York and Supreme Crew skateboard teams. He was raised in Manhattan and dropped out of high school. His parents divorced when he was 15 years old and he started getting in trouble. He was arrested for marijuana and heroin possession. He was discovered by filmmaker Larry Clark while skateboarding in New York City. He was cast as the character named Casper in the highly controversial 1995 independent film called Kids. Have you ever seen that movie? He won an Independent Spirit Award for his portrayal of the potty-mouthed stoner troublemaker. He appeared in a handful of other movies, including Next Friday as the character Roach. He was also supposed to be in Friday After Next, but he didn't live long enough. He was in a couple of episodes of Malcolm in the Middle. He was married once and had no children. He died in the year 2000 after taking his own life in Nevada. After being plucked out of obscurity and given a chance for a great career, I wish he could have found whatever help he needed. He was 25 years old. Margot Hemingway was born on February 16, 1954 in Portland, Oregon. She was a supermodel and an actress. Her grandfather was famed author Ernest Hemingway. Her youngest sister, Mariel, is also an actress. Margot was given the first $1 million modeling contract. She was 6 feet tall. She appeared on the magazine covers of Time, Vogue, and Cosmopolitan. She hung out at Studio 54 and she was internationally famous by the age of 21. She had dyslexia and she struggled reading. People couldn't see the dark side of her life, including depression, bulimia, epilepsy, and alcohol abuse. She gained 75 pounds after a skiing accident in 1984. Her pelvis was fractured. She claimed her father sexually abused her. She said of her fame, "Everybody was lapping up my Hemingwayness. It sounds glorious," and it was. "I never expected to meet so many professional leeches." Her first film role was in the 1976 movie called Lipstick. She acted in many movies that were not hits. After leaving rehab in 1988, she hoped to revive her career. She said, "I always thought alcohol would give me the strength and courage to do whatever I wanted to do." She posed for Playboy in 1990. She could only get B movie roles. She was married twice and had no children. She died in 1996 from acute barbiturate intoxication. The coroner said it was consistent with an intentional overdose. She was found dead on the 35th anniversary of the suicide of her grandfather, Ernest. She was 42 years old.